Soulmates. So much to talk about before, we hit that holiday. It's Christmas Eve, December 23rd. Welcome to Fox Soul's Black Report. I'm Courtney Hicks.
And I'm Nicordelai Corte. We are so excited the holidays are right around us. You know what else we're excited about? Even more than that, we're honored to stand behind this desk each day to take you on a journey across Black America and the stories that impact our people.
Our news, our views, and our voice. So let's get into today's top headlines. An Arkansas woman is dead after she was killed by police during a hostage situation at a Walmart store in Richland, Mississippi. Now, the suspect was identified as 21-year-old Corlunda McGinster. Video footage posted online shows the hostage situation unfolding, where the suspect appeared to be holding a terrified female store employee at gunpoint in the front of the store. Authorities have not said what led to McGinster allegedly pulling out that gun. The footage shows her yelling and waving a weapon around. No one else, thankfully, was injured during the shooting.
A Florida man is in custody accused of killing his former girlfriend because he would not answer his text or phone calls. This according to officers. 23-year-old Carlos Lamont Jones II was arrested this week and charged with premeditated first-degree murder and deprivation of a firearm in the death of 23-year-old Shadila Johnson. Reports detail that Johnson was on her way to work when she was confronted by Jones. Police said that the suspect's ex-girlfriend was shot with a semi-automatic pistol 15 times and was purchased just weeks prior to the shooting. The victim's father says that the couple had only been dating for about 5 months and had broken up 2 weeks ago. Jones will be arraigned in court at the end of January.
All right, absolutely terrible. But some good news this afternoon or evening. Police have found the missing 5-month-old twin that was reported missing earlier this week. Now, according to Columbus, Ohio police, Kason Thomas, who was kidnapped with his twin while inside a car that was stolen on Monday, was found safe and alive in Indianapolis on Thursday, just hours after the suspect, Nyla Jackson, was taken into custody. Police say at the time of Jackson's arrest, Kason was not with her, but was later rescued in that stolen Honda Accord wearing the same clothes described to be wearing when he went missing. Now, since Jackson crossed state lines with the child, she's also facing 2 counts of felony kidnapping.
Grammy Award-winning producer Tom Bell has passed. He produced some of the biggest soul hits throughout his career, including the song The Sound of Philadelphia, and is a member of the Songwriters Hall of Fame. His lawyers say he died at his home in Washington, and so far, no word on a cause of death. Thomas Bell was 79 years old.
Definitely responsible for the soundtrack of many lives. Okay, a Black Detroit officer is being awarded actual damages after he was the victim of excessive force by one of his fellow officers. Johnny Strickland is entitled to $150,000 in actual damage by the city of Detroit and $1 in nominal damages by Casey Shemek, the white officer who is accused of handcuffing, harassing, and humiliating Strickland when he accidentally entered an unmarked and unsecured crime scene. Strickland, an 11-year veteran with Detroit's police department, was suspended after he filed a complaint about race discrimination during the incident. But following his win in court, he says he hopes his actions will, quote, encourage other Black officers to stand up for what's right.
Black residents in Jackson, Mississippi could finally see federal aid in regard to the massive ongoing water crisis. According to local reports, state lawmakers announced this week that the year-end funding omnibus bill will include $600 million in federal funds to fix Jackson's water crisis and rebuild the city's drinking water system. Now, if Congress approves the bill, $150 million will be allotted for technical assistance and $450 million will go to capital projects.
All right, Soulmates, let's talk about this weather as conditions across the nation have become dangerous, as we've experienced right here in Detroit. And now more flights are canceled and delayed. But this is a big problem across the country. Hundreds of planes are parked, passengers waking up this morning in airports, and most likely will have to find a way to find some accommodations as hotels are jam-packed. Fox's Madeline Rivera has the story.
Forecasters say it's shaping up to be one of the worst winter storms in decades, affecting millions nationwide ahead of the holidays.
You're supposed to be used to it, but you never get used to it. Not this anyway. This is real cold. This is frigid.
A powerful and life-threatening winter storm is causing havoc across the country, bringing intense winds, extremely low temperatures, snow, and freezing rain to portions of the West, Midwest, Great Plains, Gulf Coast, and eastern United States.
Trying to shovel in little bits at a time because it's so cold out, but more tomorrow too, I'm expecting.
So far, thousands of flights have been canceled during one of the busiest travel weeks as frustration grows.
We've been here for like an hour and a half now. Nobody's been answering our questions. They just send us to like 4 different places.
I'm gonna sleep in the airport.
A blast of Arctic air is only making things worse. The National Weather Service placing more than half of the U.S. population under wind chill alerts, with some regions experiencing a roughly 50-degree drop in temperature. Across the Gulf Coast, the extreme cold spell has residents seeking warming shelters.
I'm gonna charge up all my electronic devices. I'm gonna make sure I'm warm. I'm gonna eat all my snacks, and I'm going to stay here as long as I can.
Heavy rain, meanwhile, has communities along the East Coast worried about flooding, as crews also prep for dangerous black ice.
Yes, snacks are absolutely essential. I'd agree with the brother. Now, meteorologists say the brunt of these conditions should die down come Saturday morning. We want you to stay safe.
Meanwhile, multiple states are declaring a state of emergency due to the severe weather that's touched down across the nation. In Colorado, Governor Jared Polis authorized the activation of over 100 Colorado National Guard members to support extreme cold weather operations across the state. In Connecticut, Governor Ned Lamont says that the state will activate its Emergency Operations Center in enhanced monitoring status. Other states that have emergency plans ready to go are Georgia, Kansas, Kentucky, Maryland, Missouri, North Carolina, New York, Oklahoma, and West Virginia.
Now, this all comes as experts say that this year almost every state will freeze by tomorrow, that being Christmas Eve. Temperatures plunged to dangerous levels across the country on Thursday as a continent-spanning cold front moved down from Canada. Now, according to the National Atmospheric and Oceanic Administration, says that all lower 48 states will experience below 20 degrees. That is crazy. Now, in many places, that change is happening with staggering speed, resulting in a drop of 20 degrees Fahrenheit within an hour or less. I know my husband's down in Huntsville, that's where he's from, and they're getting ready for 18 degrees. I know here in the Midwest, and particularly in Detroit, will drop down to the single digits. You add in that wind chill factor, we're expected to get down to like negative 25, 26. So it is Mother Nature, Old Man Winter on and popping, and we're going to do our best to get you out of here this afternoon, this evening.
Yes, please.
To California.
Yeah, to California, and so far my flight's only been delayed once,
okay.
So fingers crossed. I will get out of here this afternoon on my way home. But just walking out of the house this morning, this is a different kind of cold, y'all.
I'm telling you,
this ain't no West Coast cold.
No, you got to. The key is to layer up. You have to layer up, and you don't stay out there as long as you need to. So, as you saw in the piece, you shovel a little bit at a time, or maybe if you can, hire a service or one of these young folks to come knocking on your door and say, can I shovel your snow? And you just don't stay out there as long as you need to.
And don't get in your car without a scraper. My thanks to my EP, Anitra, for gifting me this winter with my very own car scraper.
And that's a deluxe scraper, by the way.
Yeah.
That's not the little simple one you get at the corner gas station. That one has.
It elongates and it contracts, and it's pretty fancy. And so big thanks for that.
Yeah. Bottom line is we want you to stay safe. It looks like we're all going to be experiencing some crazy temps. Stay safe and make sure you take all of those precautionary measures.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now in Virginia, Democratic State Senator Jennifer McClellan has secured her party's nomination to succeed the late Donald McEachin in Congress. McClellan won with some 23,000 votes, defeating Senator Joe Maorcy in the 4th Congressional District primary. A special election will be held in February, and if she wins, McClellan will become the first black woman to represent Virginia in Congress. Can you believe that?
Very cool.
In 2022, she'd be the first.
That's going to be great. Wow. All right, let's check in with Brittney Griner, Phoenix Mercury star. She may be back home, but she's not forgetting about a fellow American imprisoned in Russia. In an IG post, Griner urged her fans to write letters to Paul Whelan, the ex-U.S. Marine who is serving a 16-year sentence on a spying conviction. She says getting letters while locked up helped her, quote, hang on to hope. She also wants to keep Whelan in the spotlight until he is also released. Griner also posted a handwritten note thanking her supporters.
Dozens of Detroit entrepreneurs now have the green light to open up a pot shop. City leaders have approved several retail permits for recreational marijuana businesses. Fox 2's Charlie Langdon has the details.
Wow, this is definitely a day for the history books.
The history books related to recreational marijuana. Thursday, now legal in the city of Detroit. Are you excited that you got a recreational license?
Of course, we've been waiting since we opened for the recreational license.
And why wouldn't the manager of the Herbalist on Warren and Greenfield be happy? They were one of just 33 recipients of the first adult use marijuana retailers in Detroit.
We're going to have more people, more product. It's going to be great. I'm excited.
Recreational marijuana use was approved by voters in Detroit 4 years ago, but council debate, an ordinance revision, and lawsuits caused the delay.
This industry is one that allows for those who have typically and historically have been persecuted for this same plant that now folks are making a lucrative lifestyle from.
The state of Michigan predicts recreational cannabis sales will be $3 billion in 2024, with the city of Detroit now sharing in the profits. And dispensaries that were in limbo can now open.
We're paying bills on buildings that we're not even using. Both Her City, Chronic City is closed, and High Profile is closed. So we're excited to get back open.
The city received 90 applications but issued only 20 social equity licenses. Those owners who live in the city and have a business where the marijuana conviction rate was higher than the state of Michigan average, as well as they issued 13 non-equity licenses.
It seems like there are a lot of licenses out there. There are a lot of licenses, but every day the door swings open and we have to turn people away every day, 30, 40 people a day that just want to use marijuana. And now we actually get to take them in and bring them into our home and show them how we can supply them.
The city will issue a total of 160 marijuana licenses in 3 phases. The next phase, 120 days from today. Is it a good Christmas gift?
Right in time for the holidays, right? Love it.
The city will issue a total of 160 marijuana licenses in 3 phases, and the next phase will be 4 months from now. Our thanks to Charlie Langdon for that report. I don't know. Do you think it's going to make for a good Christmas gift?
That was a lot of weed. Like, I don't partake, so sometimes how much do you actually need?
Well, maybe they were buying it in bulk for Christmas gifts. Maybe they were using them as stocking stuffers.
Okay. You know what? I just come from a generation where it was illegal, it was wrong, right. It was taboo,
just say
hush
no.
Hush,
just
say no.
Yeah.
So I still have, even though I don't, I think even if I did partake, I would still be like, ooh, out in public, because weed was always something that you had like in a little box on the under the, you know what I'm saying? And my mother, well, let me not say that, but it was called hashish back in the day. But so that's what is triggering me. This whole thing that now it is acceptable for some states and areas. It's not illegal. You can have it out. You can puff la la. And so I'm just sort of kind of getting over that, because I really come from a generation where it was a no, and if you did it, you hid it only in your home or with people that you knew. And then you rolled up the little things, these big old things that people are doing now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I think culturally it's really interesting to see the stigma starting to drift away around marijuana use and all of its different forms. And I just think as we continue to move forward, it's going to be really important that we regulate medical marijuana and recreational marijuana appropriately. But it's really exciting to see so many different cities across the country, so many states across the country, sort of, beginning to do this. And so we'll continue to keep our eye on it.
Yeah.
And might I also add,
We'll see.
the economic impact of the legalization and regulation of marijuana is still to be determined. There's a lot of money in this, and a lot of folks want to make sure that Black folks, are also benefiting from the legalization and regulation of cannabis.
You're going to have to pay attention to how they regulate to
right.
make sure it's a fair deal. Now I can do a gummy, but I can't do it with all the TCH, BCH. I can't, the TCAT, Yeah.
The AT&T.
Whatever it's called in there. What is it called again in my ear?
THC.
THC. Yeah, I can do a gummy.
I was joking.
No THC.
Yes.
I'll be sleeping till Christmas 2024. I can't do it.
We don't want that to happen, but still ahead. Now that the holidays are here, many people are feeling a burnout at work.
We'll tell you what experts suggest to combat the feeling heading into the new year. Maybe take a day off. Don't go. Call in sick. That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe take a gummy.
Yes.